All this popular or trendy conditions. I have mentioned quite a few of them, and another one of these is face blindness. This one was damned fucking popular somewhere in around might have been 2010, I believe, and at least it was in Sweden. Sweden, can you believe it? Sweden. And yeah, like this guy, the monarch, Carl Gustav Bernadotte, and quite a few others, really. And this is a bit more bothersome than one might perhaps believe. As with dyslexia, I don't think that the rest of us who read more or less normally, I don't believe we may ever imagine how much confusion this probably will cause. Just things going a slight bit too slow. You don't get all these messages as most of us just make us sweep, and without thinking about it, we will pick up all this written messages, information, and quite a lot that we absorb without even thinking about it, which probably a person with dyslexia will not. Most likely they will not. And yeah, I think I might say that this face blindness thing is somewhat similar regarding that Mongo Bongo factor being a bit off, because there will always be some confusion. There are some certain faces that you will just not register or names, not to mention pairing them with each other, coming to some kind of new place, and did I say hello, and you have these techniques for looking busy or things, and this thing, just forget about being undercover face blind, because you will get yourself into very much more trouble hiding these kind of things, because there is some weird stuff. Is it arrogance, or is it completely lost within the mists of oblivion, his inner mists of oblivion? So I have, ever since I became aware of this, at least, I have made this one a habit. Each time I meet someone new, I point it out. I do not remember faces, so next time I see you, don't expect me to remember yours. They might say something jokingly, looking at boring or what, has nothing to do with if the face is interesting or unusual or anything. It's about some of them won't stick where they should, and this also I start to think about what kind of things, secondary things this means. Probably a bit similar to dyslexia and stuff, and that aspect that you're constantly a bit off, a bit confused, a bit need to recall. And another thing with this is that you do have your coping strategies, right? You should always have coping strategies. That's a very positive thing. We don't like people without coping strategies, do we? And I do have, and it's rather weird because everyone else that this person and name and face, and no, I have no idea. And they show me a picture. No, I have no idea. But then suddenly, yeah, that Scandinavian guy. No, he's not Scandinavian. Yes, definitely Scandinavian. No, he does not speak Scandinavian. Yes, in fact, it does. And it appears that he is Scandinavian, and you have picked something up, something very subtle, or might be the usage of some local word, saying hylle instead of fläder for elder. Yeah. But unfortunately, might just as well be things like, yeah, that guy with the red cap. It works terrific as long as he has this red cap. Taking this one off and it's like it's taking you off. And yeah, this is an interesting example of how something fairly small can become big only because it appears to be big. It's just that I do not remember faces. Yeah, but what does this have to do with remembering faces? Yeah, you will never imagine, and as with dyslexia too, I would guess, correct me if I'm wrong, but people will say this really can't have anything to do with flexibility. You can't ever imagine how things are connected and chained, linked to each other before suddenly the links are cut off for some reason. And And imagine multiply this with 100 and cut all these lengths. Something like that, or perhaps completely different. I don't care.